And the Lord created two great lights, one to rule the night and one to rule the day. Welcome to Steveo Sunrise Devos, my friends, as we take a look again at Jacob in Genesis in today's one-year Bible reading as Jacob wrestles with God. That's right, Jacob wrestles with God. What's that all about? I don't know. I've read that 40 times. I've read the commentaries. I don't think anybody knows for sure, but let's take a stab at it. Isn't Jacob trying to determine what kind of a man am I going to be? What's your name? God asks him. Jacob, the schemer. His name means schemer, deceiver, liar. Is he going to continue to be that? Or is he going to trust in God 100%? Not 50, 60, 75%, 100%. What kind of man is he going to be? He's wrestling with God over that. They ask each other their names. Jacob walks away with a limp. Haven't you ever wrestled with God over what kind of woman you're going to be, what kind of man you're going to be? You have any limps? You have any wounds in your life, scars? Do you walk with a limp because of something God brought into your life or allowed and permitted in your life? You walk with a limp? Yes, you do. Is that limp? Is that scar? Is that problem? Is it a wound over which our doubt and our resentment festers? Or is it a badge of courage? And we say, I have wrestled with God. I'm a different kind of person. I have a different name. You know, Jesus in the New Testament, Matthew chapter 11 today, he says, what kind of a man did you go out to see in the wilderness when you went to see John the Baptist? A weak man? No. A dandy? A man who's all concerned about his clothing and the kind of house that he lives in? No. You went to see a different kind of man. A great, great man. What kind of a man are you going to be? What kind of a woman are you going to be? That's what we're wrestling with. This is one of those cases where when we lose to God, we win. As far as I can tell, Jacob lost and he won. The Bible says he prevailed, but it also says got the hip wrenched out of socket. In any case, Jesus finishes up and he says, all you who are weary and heavy burdened, come to me. I will give you rest. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. What? What? This is another paradox. What do you mean that your yoke is easy, your burden is light? We've got to take up a cross to follow you. You said your way is the narrow and the difficult path. What in the world are you talking about? My yoke is easy, my burden is light. I don't know. It's challenging. But I believe this. When we get to the end of the road, we're going to look back. Oh, I see. Your way was the easy way. Your burden was the light burden. We will look back and say, Satan's way looked easy. His burden looked light, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Trust in God. Believe what he says. His yoke is his way of life, his teaching. That's the yoke of a rabbi back then. We take on the yoke of Jesus, his teaching. Whatever the burdens are, he'll help us carry them. Satan won't, but Jesus will. Carry that burden. Step into that yoke. Step up to the center of the ring. Let's wrestle with God. That's what I'm going to try to do. My tag team partners. God loves you, and so do I.